Welcome to the Travel Because You Can podcast. I'm Darci Murray, and this is...
I'm Christal Bauer.
And together we've been in travel for well over 50 years. So we've got...
it's like half a century.
Half a century. So we have so many stories to tell.
And people to meet. We want to share our love of travel with you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Travel Because You Can podcast. Today, we're sitting down with one of my favorite people, Miss Jenny from Travel Like Jenny. Jenny is a PTM advisor and has been...
Senior.
Well, it's not senior.
I don't like that word.
I don't like
that
That's a terrible word.
I'm not a senior.
She's not a senior.
So not.
No, just an expert. We'll call Jenny one of our expert advisors. And Jay's been with PTM for how many years?
Gosh, it's well over 20 odd years since
Wow.
Ricky. Because I first met Ricky when I first came to Canada. So that's been a long time ago,
Wow.
even
Wow.
before personal travel management.
Well, that's cool. We can hear, of course, your Australian accent. So originally you were from Sydney.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did a little girl from Sydney get to Canada? And what happened in between?
How old are you?
Yeah. How old were you?
You could apply for a year working visa under 26.
Mm.
So that's what I did because I worked in a travel agency in Sydney, and part of one of the divisions was bringing ski tours to North America. So I like to ski. My friends didn't ski and thought, well, it's easier to sell a product when you've been on the product. So I started coming on the tours and then met a Canadian.
Wow.
And came back, got my visa and came back over, started at Kerrisdale Travel, and that's where Ricky was working at Kerrisdale Travel, and that's how I met Ricky.
Oh my gosh.
So that was...
I actually didn't know you worked at Kerrisdale Travel.
That was 92.
Wow.
92.
That's crazy.
And then I kept in contact.
So you know Marilyn and...
Yeah. So I've known you since you were smaller. Yeah, I've known you your whole lives, pretty much, growing up.
I guess so. I mean,
Yeah.
92. Yeah.
So you lived in Sydney until you were...
The visa was under 26, so I think I started coming over when I was 24, 25, and then came over permanently and thought, well, if things don't work out with the Canadian, Australians love to travel,
right?
I'll just continue on traveling. But I didn't.
Right. And I mean, if any of you guys have been to Whistler, we know how many Australians are in Whistler and Banff and Jasper. And absolutely. Absolutely. So growing up in Sydney, where did you learn this wanderlust feeling, or is that just what everyone has in Australia?
I think everybody has that.
Right.
I went to school, I was never going to be in travel. I was going to be a teacher. And
kind of similar,
but for little kids, I wanted to just do primary school. And then I finished year 12 and thought, I need a break from studying. I can't do that. I'll take a break. What will I do? And my parents were getting a divorce at the time.
Oh.
And my mother's lawyer was above a international wholesaler for Africa.
Really?
So they needed a job opening. So that's how I started. That's how I started in travel, and then decided I loved it so much, I would just continue on with travel. And from there, then I moved into corporate. I went over to AWA Travel, but to get in the door for corporate, I started as a courier. So I used to deliver
through tickets,
hand tickets to all the different corporate accounts all around the city. So I had it planned out. I did that for probably a year. That's how I got my
Driving around or on a bike?
Walking.
Did you have to break the tickets down and attach them to the itinerary?
No,
and
everybody
fold them all up.
Everybody had them all organized for me.
Okay.
So they were all set up. So I just mapped out my route each day and off I went.
Wow.
And I did that.
Like using probably a real map.
Yeah. I had it all worked out. Yep. Handwritten down. Okay, I'm going up here. I'm going all there, because there was nothing like that.
If you told yourself back then that, 2026, we wouldn't even need an actual ticket. Would you have believed it?
No.
There's this funny black square that people are going to scan.
Right? You don't even need a ticket. You just go to the airport. You don't even have to say to your partner, "Did you got the tickets?"
No.
Right?
And back then used telex machines.
Oh, yeah.
When I was working for the wholesaler at night, we would do all the telexes out to all the different hotels and properties in Africa and have them come back. And then we would in the corporate agency, we hand wrote tickets.
Oh, yeah.
We used the big manuals with all the tariffs printed out, and we would hand write tickets.
Yeah. And you would have all that red down your arm from the...
And then when you had to reissue them and reissuing a ticket, you just got the little coupons and you wrote them out and you stuck them on top of the coupon page.
Yeah, just put the revalidation coupons on there, right?
Sticker.
So I'm supposed to ask you this question. What resources have changed over the years? It's like,
oh my,
everything. What is the same? Like, I don't know.
Nothing is the same because back then there were no sale. I don't even know how to say airline sales because you used manuals,
right?
And you had to look at where the
routing.
This will like make me old, but we would do these things called fictitious points. So fictitious points. Well, let's say you were flying from Sydney to Narita. If you added in this tiny little place up here that went from Narita to here and back again, you never flew this, but the airfare would come down a couple of $1,000s. So we could work out how. So I learned all these things from my teacher on how to do different things like that, and that's how we'd save people money. And
it was crazy, right?
Incredible times back then.
Like with, and I mean, you could void a ticket up until
we made great
Monday. We made great commissions.
Cheers to
Cheers. That's great commissions. Great commissions. Yes. Yes.
What are we cheersing with today? We have a non-alcoholic radler made by Steamworks, which is local to the area where we live in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Very nice.
Really good. Yum, yum.
Jenny likes radlers.
I do like radlers.
She likes radlers.
That's
she had them on the Camino. So we've both done the Camino, which is kind of cheers to the Camino. Cheers to the Camino.
Cheers to knowing people who've done the Camino. But you know what? We laugh about what a day looked like when we were a travel agent back in the 90s or even late 80s. Because I was doing the same thing. I was looking through the tariff books. I was looking through, it was craziness. But don't you think it also gave us a foundation that we still use today?
Yes.
Like we still understand routings. We understand restrictions on tickets. We understand fare-based codes. We understand, and I feel that as much as the industry has changed so drastically, those roots that we put in 20, 30 years ago are still built on. Right?
Yeah,
so, anybody getting into the travel industry, I think it's really important that your mentor or your teacher or your manager or whoever talks to you about the days where it all kind of started, because I think you're going to understand a little bit better, what airlines use what hubs, the hub and spoke system. Like it all is still in play.
And you still had your suppliers.
And you still had your suppliers, right?
And you relied on the suppliers.
Yeah.
Same as now.
And there's simple mistakes that a client could make making a booking on their own. Like I had someone say to me the other day, well, why don't I just take what we would call it a leg? Why don't I fly from Vancouver to Hong Kong, get off the plane, and then take this airline and go down to Dubai? Well, you could, but where would your bags?
Where would you?
But very simple thing.
Just
if somebody wasn't using an agent, and anybody could make that mistake.
A visa, what happens if the flight got cancelled on you?
Though, right?
You didn't know, you didn't show up for it, or things
like
that.
such a simple mistake, but still governing rules are still there. That I remember a manager telling me, be careful because you could have an airline ticket that is that is completely refundable, but if you throw a small segment on there that is non-refundable, that affects the entire ticket. Right? And that has not changed.
No.
So I mean, those little things that you learned from, I believe, looking in those tariff books and, what rule applies to this fare and flipping to the back to look at the rules. Like I don't take that evolution of our industry lightly, because it is I think it's a very, I don't want to say convoluted because that makes it sound chaotic, but it is a very intensive industry with many, many layers.
And that hasn't changed.
And that hasn't changed. Yeah. And, we talk about, I know we're going to get back to Jenny's story, but we talk about booking yourself and going online and booking through some of these online platforms. Well, if you hear one thing, I think in this episode, what you're doing is you are using a travel agency. When you book online, that is a travel agency. Mm-hmm. You are using a travel agency, but the difference is when you book with a travel agent in person, they are taking the responsibility for your trip, making sure that it's correct. If you book yourself, and don't let them convince you that you're booking yourself so you have control and, you're saving money and all of this, because that's their job, is to convince you to book your own travel, but more so take the responsibility for what you have chosen. And that's the big thing, because even though you're booking through a travel agency, you're not going to someone like Jenny, who is an expert on many other things other than just safaris. I know, we're going to talk some more about safaris, but you are an expert about so many things. But what you will do is take the responsibility and, make sure that you do your due diligence.
That's why I'm here.
And right.
I was going to say, and that... Right? A lot of stress for us.
It's a lot of stress.
Like when you're explaining and all the sleepless nights that I've had, like, did I forget to do that? And that client okay, and their baggage are not.
But that's so that their client's trip can run seamless.
Exactly. Yeah. And that responsibility is such the key. So if you're booking on sites like booking.com or Pricelines or all of these ones, newsflash, you are using a travel agency. They're just convinced you that you have control. But with control comes responsibility. So I love that, just understanding all of the idiosyncrasies in this industry and why it's incredibly important. Even when it's a simple trip, reaching out to travel agent is in your best interest. I mean, just listening to our agents being on hold 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours. But again, the clients were out enjoying a great day in the sunshine. So again, it's that responsibility piece. Yeah, we have, some secret telephone numbers and systems that help us with situations like that. But when an airline goes on strike, all hell, I can say that, breaks loose. And having an agent is just so important. So important. People still need agents, and they need to understand. Like,
but they'll always.
She's like, I'm going to say it one last time.
I know. So you're using a travel agency.
There's still going to be the market for people who don't need a travel agent, or who, not that I shouldn't say who don't need one, but feel they don't need one. And that's fine. That's fine.
That's
We're
totally
all
fine.
very different.
We're all very different. No, you're absolutely right.
But you and I have done a lot of groups, right? And they can't do that.
No, I know, but there's still, you're never going to take 100% of that market and make.
Oh no, I was just trying to put the focus back on you, hon.
No,
yeah.
I want the people. I'd rather have the people that want to come to me,
right?
Not that I have to say this is why you should use me. I would rather have the people who are open to that conversation.
No, I completely get that.
That's all.
No, you're right. The worst client is one that doesn't want to work with you, that is forced to work with you. Right.
Do you have like a questionnaire? Like what are your hobbies?
I like to know what people do in their general day-to-day life, where they eat, what shows they like to do. Are they outdoor people? Are they city people? Are they museums or theaters? Where did they go on their last holiday?
Yeah.
What did they, what type of accommodation? Who'd they travel with? Was it small group, private? There's a lot of things to take into account. And then I always like to ask people, when you come back from this trip, what do you hope to feel, and what do you hope to have achieved by this journey? Why did you go here?
Wow.
So I can be on a conversation for 45 minutes to an hour when I first talk to somebody, because until you listen and you learn about them, how do you know what
A travel counselor.
how do you know what
you don't
to offer them?
And I mean, I haven't actually sold travel for a long time, but I remember back in the day when I would start asking these type of questions, like, what do you enjoy? What would you like to do? What would you like to get out of this holiday? Sometimes the answers at the beginning of our conversation,
they can be very different,
right? They can be
She's so excited.
they can be so different by the end. And I don't know how many times your clients are like, well, I didn't know that, or, oh, I didn't even realize that, or, oh, and sometimes I would find is that people are explaining kind of what they think that their spouse would like, or, and not really having those deep conversations about what they're looking for too.
They come in and they go, okay, we want to do this.
Yeah.
And you go, but that's the wrong time of the year.
Yeah, you
and by the time you finish it, they're going to a completely different place.
Right?
That's not happening at the moment.
Yeah. I want to go to China in August. Well, do you? Like, I don't know. It's a little muggy. But yeah, it's, and I think that's what, at least for just the personality types, I think that a lot of travel agents is really what we strive for, right? That just that connection and really matching that amazing experience with the client, with the right. And I can only imagine how exciting it is when your customers do come back to hear, right? Like,
and we have a big debrief. We go through it. I want to know. I always say I want the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yep.
Because nothing is perfect. Nothing is going to be perfect, and you need to know. Yeah.
And it's great for the agent because you can have your information. Maybe you were there a year ago. They were here yesterday. So, that place, that restaurant that you recommended might not be there right now.
Yep.
And they went to find it, but it wasn't there. Or the bartender that you said, oh, go find, Peter at this bar. Peter may have retired. So, you're getting up-to-date information by asking.
Well.
Yeah. So it's really cool.
Let's talk about the perks.
The
perks.
What perks?
What perks? Well, we're not going to talk about the invoicing, okay? We're going to talk about the perks. As an agent, like what you've got to experience,
and how that helps your business.
And like you said, when you moved over to Canada, you came to have the story of experiencing the mountains in Canada and skiing them, and that's why you came to Canada. Okay,
so meet people, like-minded people.
Now, I know for sure that you're very attracted to animals. I mean, you've done the dog mushing up in Yellowstone.
Oh, I know. I'm going to be a dog musher.
And then I know that Antarctica came up and you've done that. So what has been the best perk that you've received from the travel industry?
Wow. Okay. Being a premier Aussie specialist, that's huge for me. Because being Australian and specializing in Australia, being a part of that community, I get to go every year to the conference that we're only allowed to go to.
Oh,
and you have buyers from all over Australia come, and they're showing you their product and telling you what's new. And then we get to go out and experience some of them. And then from that, I know what is going to be the right fit for clients. And I've got the relationships built. I can discuss different clients with operators. They will tell me when new products come out. That's what I really love. I love the relationship that comes from that.
Yeah.
And the knowledge.
For example.
And knowing that you're an expert and you've got all these things built up in your Rolodex.
Reading this morning, I was reading the Australia Essentials, and there's some new things that are coming up in Sydney, all around Australia, but there's a new spa that's opening in Sydney, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. Well, I'm going to be there at that time when it's opening. I want to go in and have a look to see who it's going to be for, because I am big on surprises for clients.
Oh, I love that.
So after listening and knowing what a client may or may not like, then I throw in things that they least do, and I don't tell them.
That's the best.
That's the best, because when they get their documents and they start reading and we're going through things day by day, and then I'll sort of breeze over that bit and keep going, and then they'll come back and go, "You gave us this? We just saw it." And they'll just say compliments. "I thought you'd really
like
enjoy
this.
that."
Yeah.
So I did that for, I knew my clients love boats and the water. And when they were in New Zealand in one of the cities, they could go out on one of the America's Cup.
Oh, amazing.
That
That
highlight.
can't even imagine. Well, I kind of can.
Oh, excellent.
Because when we were in St. Martin, I think, no, I don't know, one of those Caribbean islands, because Jay, my partner, loves sailing, family sailed, and it was one of the World Cup, the Stars and Stripes, I think. And I could just see the excitement in his eyes of seeing it and pictures and telling his brother, look at what I saw, and you can go out on it. So I totally get that.
Yeah, and it's fun throwing in the surprises.
Oh, yeah.
The different things. So yes, that would be my perks that's the biggest one.
And I think it's not only just a perk, but it's you get to learn the knowledge because you have invested in that time and are that level of expert.
But,
you get opportunities, right?
This conference is huge. Like we're talking 70 odd in like one-on-ones and stuff. And it's
a lot of work.
You go every year.
I wasn't able to go last year. I have to go next year on
Perfect.
it. But yeah, it's very involved and it requires a big degree of commitment with it, but it's worth it.
Oh, totally.
I do believe it's
and it keeps you connected with your home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
Get to go
very
back.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah,
so
very
nice.
Love that.
God,
Can I just throw a question? Because I love this question that Christal asked me a couple episodes ago. She asked me, what is your favorite destination that you went to by accident?
Whitehorse.
Oh,
see, I knew you had one.
I had to think about that. Whitehorse was on a travel agent trip, and it was for the start of the Yukon Quest. And the big dog race up there. And that's when I decided in my next life I was going to be a musher.
And then you did.
Then I came back and thought I shouldn't have to wait for my next life now. I should be able to find something. And I found a course, learned to mush for 4 days. And I dragged my husband up there and we learned to mush.
And it was tell us about that race, the Ika something. What is
the race? It's
Iditarod.
Not an Ika.
It's not the Iditarod.
It's different.
But it's different because it's Whitehorse to, and I can't think of where the end is, but it reverses. And then so when went back again, it was the reverse, and we got to see the dogs coming back in, and then the evenings. But it's just incredible. So to go out and learn to mush with your own team, and you have to do everything.
And that was not on your radar. You did not know that you were interested in dog mushing whatsoever. You landed in Whitehorse. Why were you there?
It was a travel agent trip.
Okay. Was that the one with Yvette?
No, that was after mushing. She had gone up on that. No, I had already been up before that. So I've been back a couple of times.
Okay.
Up there.
Wow.
So it's a cool destination.
Yeah.
We went out and Jay went. I was working. Jay went out and did the dog sled day, and then we went out to do the Northern Lights and went out on the lake. Which right at Whitehorse, and I still keep in touch. Well, not keep in touch, but still on our Facebook. Our guide's name was Driftwood Holly.
Oh,
and Driftwood Holly, and he's a famous singer. He's German singer, but just learning his stories, watching these Northern Nights, which was incredible. But he actually takes his children to school on a dog sled.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And they don't learn to drive. They learn to do the mushing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
whole other world, hey?
Whole other world. Northern Lights were just stunning in Whitehorse. Whitehorse is definitely a special place. So I understand that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Stella Noble is like, she's feeling left out over there.
Right.
Spilla.
It's always big question. What do you pack? What do you bring? What do you need for this destination?
So as an expert.
Yes.
Not a senior expert, an expert.
I'm sorry, but I'm bringing my hair straightener.
Mm.
I cannot. I'm sorry. I have a cowlicky thing here. I'm not going without the hair straightener.
I had a huge problem with the hair straightener when I was in Spain. It's on like a different frequency and nothing worked. It was like a horrible...
Even with an adapter?
Even with the adapter.
That's weird.
Oh, maybe I blew it because it looked like it could plug into the wall.
Oh!
And then I think
you probably wrecked the straightener.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I blew it up.
You need an adapter.
You put the adapter and then you put it in the wall.
But the plug, even though I was in Spain, it looked like you know how, because sometimes that happens. It looks like a North American plug. So I just plugged it in there.
You blew it up.
I blew it up.
Okay.
And then I carried it around. I didn't know it was dead. Carried it around through the whole Camino, a dead
to use
straightener.
Didn't you blow up your computer on that trip too?
And I blew up my computer.
Did you try
Did you
plug that in as well without an adapter?
Yeah, but that had nothing to do.
Oh my
it was
God,
the
I'm
motherboard. Yeah. It was quite the trip.
Yeah, it was quite definitely.
Couldn't straighten my hair. Couldn't get on my computer.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
So funny. So what else is going in, Stella? We've got our straightener.
This is carry-on.
Yeah. This is carry-on.
Documents and itinerary.
Yeah.
Do
you leave an itinerary at home with anyone?
No. Depends. Sometimes if Ian's really interested in looking.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he might be with me.
He might be with you.
He doesn't need it. What else? Binoculars, depending on where we're going. Hat.
Yeah.
My compression socks. My book. My Kobo. I cannot forget my Kobo.
Okay.
What is a Kobo?
It's like an e-reader.
It's my e-reader. And my computer and all the stuff that goes with my computer and files.
Wow.
Because I never travel without it.
Yeah, because you're self-employed.
Yes, that's right.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
So Darci has put some very strict rules in this rapid fire.
Okay.
I have.
Like what?
Well, you get 3 questions and you're only allowed to... I know what I mean, my rules.
You have 3 questions. I have like 10 here. So you might get more than 3.
Okay, but they have to be rapid answers. Like if I say
Bring
hot or
it on.
cold, you say hot. You don't say hot because, oh my gosh.
You can't say cold if I'm in a hot climate because I've walked to the beach.
Yeah, shut
and
up.
I'm
And then
right.
the talk to the hand.
Yeah. This is what she's going to do to you. She's going to be like, you need to stop talking. I just want to know hot or cold.
And then you get to expand on one answer.
Only one.
Only one. Otherwise, we're going to be here all day. Because we're talking travel, and that's what happens. It just goes on and on and on.
Drifts into another tangent.
Yes, right? I am banned from this game.
All right. Well, let's
Ready?
begin.
Okay, I'm going to take the first couple, and then you can go.
Okay.
Window or aisle?
Aisle.
We travel well together because I am a window. You're an aisle.
She has to for you. It was
Oh, yeah. See? I'm going to get banned from this segment. I am sure.
Australia or Africa?
Oh.
Africa.
Nope.
It's good. Okay.
Ask a question.
City or wilderness?
Wilderness.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Ooh.
Because there's animals.
Oh.
Okay, you get one more.
One more. Guidebook or local guide?
Local guide.
For sure.
Luxury lodge or expedition ship?
Expedition ship.
Now you
So
can
good.
expand on one.
I would do sunset because if you were going out on an early morning game drive, because so much happens at sunrise. Sorry, sunrise. Yeah. Sunset, if there were no animals involved. And let's say you're at the beach. Sunset. That's where you'll find me.
There we go. Well, Jenny, it's been an absolute pleasure
This has
having
been
you
fun.
today.
It's so fun being in the hot seat.
Right?
You are.
Have I won anything?
Literally hot. Literally
Yeah,
hot.
literally
It's
hot.
like I think it's 29 degrees out
You
today.
need to ask me about this.
Yes.
Oh, what is that? Is that like
Okay.
a wildebeest on you or what?
No, it's a Tasmanian devil.
Okay.
And this is Burrawong Wildlife Sanctuary.
Okay.
So when I do my TL, my Travel Like Jenny trips, I try to find things that are different, but they're teaching, they're learning, they're for curious. which is me. It's not saying you have to travel like me. I just like to make sure that everything is going to run and you'll come away going, that was enriching.
Yeah.
This place is in Tasmania. It's about half an hour from Hobart. And you can go, and they've rescued. It's all volunteer run. Your entry fee goes to help the rehabilitation. They also have a hospital there, and it's one-sided glass. So when they bring in animals that need to have operations and be helped, you can watch.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's such, you can go in, they talk to you, you can help do things, but it is such a worthwhile adventure to go and be a part, or a worthwhile experience.
Yeah.
It's not so much to fill up if you've got an afternoon free. This you want to make the time to go and see. So I'm so proud to wear this because I think what they do is such a great job.
Love it.
I love that. And that is a Tasmanian devil on
That
there,
is
isn't
a
it?
Tasmanian devil. And
It looks a
part of
lot
the
cuter. Or are they
experiences that I
cute?
do. They're cute. Well, he's black. It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
I think they're cute.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Me too. Very good.
But
anyways,
thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, Jenny. Thanks for
And,
coming.
for anybody listening, subscribe because you can.
Like,
Travel
because you can.
Travel because you can. Follow because you can. And share
Gotcha.
because you can.
Absolutely. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Travel Because You Can podcast. If you liked listening to us, please follow, like, share, do all those things.
And comment. We'd love to hear your feedback because we really care.
Thanks for listening to the Travel Because You Can podcast. Please follow us on
Instagram?
Instagram. Absolutely.
No. We're doing. Yeah, I don't know what the right answer is. Like, follow, share, subscribe.
If you enjoyed the show,
Or not.
don't say that.
Just kidding.
Lock it in. Okay,
Okay, try that.
with my radio voice.
That's a lot. Okay.
Right? Like, could she not write it down for us? Like,
Keep some of this stuff in.